Hello, I've got a small puzzle for you today. I've got two bottles, one's full of water and one's full of air. They're joined in the middle by a connector, which screws on top and bottom and has a small hole in the middle. So I'm going to turn this bottle upside down and just watch how slowly that water's bubbling through from the top to the bottom. The air and the water are sort of fighting to get through the hole. And so we're getting a lot of turbulence. Now you imagine if this is part of an industrial process when you're working, trying to maybe manufacture some sort of process using liquids, that would be a real nuisance. And it could cause some sort of disturbing of sediments and maybe make sure things aren't mixing as smoothly as they could do. How could I make that a bit smoother? Well, here we go. By giving my bottle a swirl, I'm forcing the water to the outside of the bottle, so it's pushing against the walls of the bottle, and that creates an area of lower pressure in the middle where there is an air gap, and so the air can actually flow down the centre of the bottle at that little gap, and the water can go around the edges. Lovely and smooth. So this effect of swirling is also seen in the weather. You can have hurricanes, cyclones and typhoons which form over the oceans when you have this swirling water, and you have an area of much lower pressure which has got air inside it which sort of sucks things up. And you've also got tornadoes. They start over the land and can be very unpredictable. Now I'm just going to show you here a bigger bottle as I was working with earlier. It's actually the funny coloured liquid is coffee, so I wanted you to be able to see what was going on. This wasn't quite as effective as my smaller bottles, but you can see that I've actually reached a point where the air and the water have actually got reached an equilibrium in the middle, so the water can't come down from the top at all. Let's give it a swirl, see what happens. There we go. A lovely smooth tornado, cyclone, whatever you care to call it. We've got that lovely funnel of air in the middle going down, and so the water is falling down the edges of the tube at that gap, and the air is being able to swap places with the other part. You can see, not a very good effect. Go. Again, you can see that lovely funnel developing. The low pressure in the middle with the air funnel, and then the water pushed to the outside, or the coffee in this case. And you can actually see how that liquid is, when it comes out, it's actually running on the edges. It's running along the sort of sides, the walls of the bottom bottle. Much smoother process. So I hope you enjoyed watching that.